Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillahi wa kafa, wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da wa ba'd. Imam Ibn Al-Jawzi, rahimahullah, he is beginning where we had left off at. And inshallah, we will sort of begin from there. It's from Surah Al-Baqarah, the second surah, ayah 130. And we'll progress from there, inshallah. Imam, rahimahullah, he says, quote, "And so the Exalted One, he has said, وَمَنْ يَرْغَبُ عَنْ مِلَّةِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ إِلَّا مَنْ سَفِهَ نَفْسَهُ وَلَقَدِ اصْطَفَيْنَاهُ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَإِنَّهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ لَمِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ وَإِذْ قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ أَسْلِمْ قال أسلمت لرب العالمين ووصى بها إبراهيم بنيه ويعقوب يا بني إن الله اصطفى لكم الدين فلا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. And whoever turns away from the way of Ibrahim, who could do such a thing except the one who has deceived himself? We had already chosen him in this earthly life, and in the hereafter, he is one of the pious ones. When his Lord said to him, "Submit," he said, "I have submitted to the Lord of all creation." And this advice was given to Ibrahim to give to his children and to Yaqub down the generations. My children, indeed, Allah has chosen for you the deen, so do not die except while you are Muslims. Surat Al-Baqarah, ayat 130 to 132. So the Exalted One, when he says, and whoever turns away from the way and religion of Ibrahim, the cause of this being sent down was that Abdullah ibn Salam called his two nephews, Muhajir and Salama, to Islam. Salama became a Muslim, but Muhajir turned away. And this ayah was sent down. This is the statement given by Muqatil. Az-Zujaj has also mentioned that the expression men in وَمَنْ يَرْغَبُ, that expression is a question. It is a form of interrogation that's being given to emphasize the severity of what the person is doing. So it is, the meaning of the statement is, so what would make someone to turn away from the way and religion of Ibrahim except the one who is deceiving himself? And the word yarghabu is referring to abandonment, turning away. And the millah of Ibrahim is his religion. The statement, except the one who has deceived himself, there are four wisdoms that need to be taken from this. One is that the person who would deceive himself there are two things that need to be understood within these four statements. The self and the nafs being referred to is the self-reproaching nafs. It is the nafs that is reproachful. The second of the four wisdoms is except the one who has destroyed himself. Because the opposite of the way is destruction. Thirdly, it's referring to except the one who has harmed himself and brought evil. This is the understanding of Al-Farra and Qutaybah. Al-Farra has said the reason why whoever has been used as a pronoun for the soul, it's because this is being used in a personal sense. And sometimes a word that is partial can be referring to the whole of something. For example, when Allah has said, وَاسْتَعْلَى الرَّأْسُ شَيْبًا, and the head was made to go gray. Surah Maryam, the 19th Surah, Ayah 4. Rather, it wasn't the entire head, but it was the hair that was made to be gray. But sometimes the whole can be used to refer to a part. Fourthly, the one who has deceived himself has been willfully ignorant of himself and doesn't think about the state of the soul. And when the Exalted One said of the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, and that he is one of the pious in the hereafter, Al-Baqarah said, it means that he shall always remain pious, because the future tense being used by him subhanahu wa ta'ala means always in the sight of Allah, as well as the past tense. And the word among the pious in the hereafter, Az-Zujaj, has said that it also means that he is of the saved ones, so he should be followed. Close quote. Now just a very quick point. If someone wants to understand about this, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to things in the past tense or the future tense, he will often be referring to it in the present of himself, meaning that it is all the same to him. If you want to understand this and really think about it, for those that can read Arabic, if you read through the first 60 ayat of Surah Al-A'raf, the 7th surah, you will see Allah in that surah referring to the day of resurrection and the people entering into the fire and into the Jannah in the past tense. And 3 lines later, 4 lines later, Allah will then refer to it in the future tense, then the present tense. Imam Ahmed said that what that's referring to is that time, because it is a created construct, it does not apply to Allah. And so he will refer to the people of paradise, they entered the paradise. The people of the fire entered the fire. Most of the times where the fire is referred to, even if you look in Juz Amma, إِذَا الشَّمْسُ كُوِّرَتْ. Now we translate into English, when the sun will be folded up. But in Arabic, literally, when the sun was folded. إِذَا الشَّمْسُ كُوِّرَتْ وَإِذَا النُّجُومُ كَدَرَتْ. And when the stars are blotted out, no. When the stars were blotted out. But the reader understands from this, for the sense of making it understandable to an English-speaking mind that wouldn't understand that type of language being used, has translated it into the present tense. So whenever you read ayat in the Qur'an, or you see ayat, look at the verbiage. Is it in al-fi'l al-madi, the past tense? Because a lot of times day of resurrection information is mentioned fi'l al-madi. Like shaitan, it says وَكَانَ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ, and he was one of the unbelievers. Why? Because to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before his kufr was revealed to the angels when he refused to bow down, he was already known as a kafir with Allah. Because his ghaib is known to Allah. So when you look at these matters, it's both exhilarating but also frightening, because it makes you understand that past, present, and future tense are created. As Ali radiallahu anhu said that Wallahu kan qabla al-zaman wal-makan. Indeed, Allah was before there was time, before there was place. وَهُوَ الْآنَ عَلَى مَا كَانَ. And He is now as He ever was. So that statement, when you understand it, past, present, and future, for us, we need to use them because they've been created for us. But when Allah is using them interchangeably throughout the Qur'an, is showing us that He is Alimun Hakim. Imam Al-Jawzi rahimahullah, he says, quote, "And the Exalted One said, when His Lord said to him, submit." This is referring to the time of Ibrahim's choosing from Allah to go forward and teach the people. Ibn Abbas said, when Ibrahim saw the star, the moon, and the sun, his Lord said to him, submit, meaning isolate yourself from them. The Exalted One further says about this matter, وَوَصَّى, and He advised or gave admonition. Ibn Abbas and the people of Medina pronounce it وَأَوْصَى, in which the Sad is softer, while the rest pronounce it وَوَصَّى. And this is from the differences in qira' in the Mus'haf. But it is established, and it has been mentioned, and it has been discussed by Ibn Qashish, Ibn Haywiyah, Ibn Al-Ambari, Tha'lab, and it was dictated. Tha'lab mentioned that it was dictated to me by Khalaf ibn Hisham al-Bazar, who said, the difference in qira' of the people of Medina and the people of Iraq is in 12 issues. The people of Medina have written, for example, وَأَوْصَى, and the people of Iraq have written وَوَصَّى. The people of Medina have written and have recited وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ, hasten to the forgiveness of your Lord. Surah Al-Imran, the 3rd Surah, 133, without a wow. And the people of Iraq have recited and written وَسَارِعُوا, and they have recited it with a wow. The people of Medina have written يَقُولُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, those who believe say. Surah Al-Ma'idah, the 5th Surah, Ayah 56. The people of Iraq, they recite وَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا with a wow. The people of Medina write مَن يَرْتَدِدْ, whoever should turn back on his heels. Surah Al-Ma'idah, the 5th Surah, Ayah 57. But the people of Iraq, they have recited مَن يَرْتَدْ, which is where the dal is doubled. The people of Medina have written الَّذِينَ اتَّخَذُوا مَسْجِدًا, Surah At-Tawbah, Ayah 108. The people of Iraq, they've written وَالَّذِينَ اتَّخَذُوا مَسْجِدًا. The people of Medina recite and have written خَيْرًا مِّنْهُمَا مُنْقَلَبًا, the best of both of them coming forward. Surah Al-Kahf, the 18th Surah, 36. The people of Iraq have written خَيْرًا مِّنْهَا,